Instagram.
Hi, welcome to C.A.R.E.ing Conversations. My name is Joy McCray-Fox, and we're coming to you from the Center for Abuse and Rape Emergencies in Punta Gorda, Florida. I'm a sexual assault advocate here at C.A.R.E., and
I'm Julie,
Julie's our volunteer coordinator.
and a victim advocate.
This week, we are here to talk to you about the Start by Believing campaign, which is a campaign to transform the way we respond to sexual assault.
Right.
Yes, we're going to be talking about sexual assault. Most victims of sexual assault never report the crime to law enforcement, right? It's one of the most unreported crimes.
Correct.
It,
Yeah. Roughly 80% of rapes go unreported. That means 200 out of every 1,000, 230 rapes go unreported. That's literally statistically 3 out of 4 that don't get reported. The reason being is 20% of people are scared of the perpetrator or society telling them that they're lying or repercussions. 13% think that police wouldn't do anything about it. And sadly, 8% say that the rape or the sexual assault isn't important enough. You can actually find these statistics at BrennanCenter.org if you'd like more information on that.
and the Start by Believing campaign is here globally to try to negate those numbers.
Right.
We have got to improve and change the number of people who report and the number of people who are willing to come forward. The way to do that is to start by believing.
Right.
The End Violence Against Women International started this campaign in 2011. C.A.R.E. has been operating with it for 2 years. Yeah, 2 years.
In our very first year of being able to be part of this global-wide beautiful movement, we actually, in little bitty Charlotte County, were able to do 7% of the statistics of people that chose the pledge.
For all of the United States. I mean,
Correct.
really,
We were the speck, and this is how big. and
we
are
got
proud.
the dot on the map, as they say, made the mark on the map. Knowing how to respond is extremely important. Studies show us that the impact of negative responses, victims may be better off, receiving no support at all than by receiving reactions they consider hurtful.
Right.
So that is sad. So we definitely know that we do not want negative responses, and talk to us about what a positive response is.
Well, a very positive response is listening to them, is saying, I believe you, I'm sorry this happened, and I'm here for you. Be supportive of them in whatever is going on. You can tell them, they can tell you as much or as little as they would like to. You can tell them that it's not their fault, and tell them that they're glad and that you're proud of them. You're glad that they shared with you.
And sharing is the hardest part, That is the hardest for a victim of sexual assault or domestic violence to do, and it is so critical because you never know. We at C.A.R.E. spend time training EMTs, hospital staff, SANE nurses, anybody we can about how important it is to be a positive first response. But what I want to introduce to you is you never know who the first responder is. It may be family. It may be the neighbor.
It might be your friend that lives in another state that you picked up the phone and that was the first one you dialed. It could be your big sister or your little brother. It could be anybody. And what this campaign is about and what this movement is about is to be able to inform everyone that you're able to help anyone that's a victim of sexual assault.
Right. And again, formal responders, we spend time. Many do an absolutely wonderful job, but everybody's human. There is that myth that talks about, really? That sounds kind of hokey.
Right.
I wonder where she was. I wonder what she was doing. Yeah, the victim does not need to pick up on that attitude. It is way too prevalent already in society. So the first person they tell, it's critical for them to be believed. I just had an incident last week. I talked to someone in her 40s, had gone through a recent sexual assault, was dealing with it, was a pretty strong, put together person. However, what she told me that day was that she had been sexually assaulted as a child. And until that time, she had never told anyone. Okay, she was 10 or 12 or for the 2 years at that time, and she had never told anyone then. So it was reinforced for me how important the Start by Believing is, because she told me. I didn't ask her, I didn't question her. She said, I didn't tell because I knew I wouldn't be believed.
Well,
my family didn't know.
Right.
We didn't talk about that. I knew I wouldn't be believed.
Well, you gave her the impression of that you believed her, and you gave her the confidence enough that you were a safe person.
Right.
And that's
Right.
that's two huge factors, and you chose to listen without coming out with an answer.
Right.
You don't have to have an answer to everything. Just having 2 ears is good enough.
And that's just one example of
Right.
one person,
of
of one advocate,
Right.
of one county, and one,
Yeah.
So that is why we were trying to show that everyone, anyone could be a first responder. So understanding the importance of this cannot be understated. What we also know is that an individual might go to 2 or 3 support providers. Might be a nurse at the hospital, might be a friend,
Right.
might be that phone call, before they're comfortable or before they can even think about making a decision to move forward to law enforcement. Okay, if they move forward to law enforcement.
That's right.
And not all do. We know it's severely underreported,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have to move forward, but you do have to share before you can heal. And that's what advocates here do. It is to help you heal the emotional,
That's right.
the emotional support. So again, you never know if you're a first responder or not, even if that's not your title.
Right.
Right?
But the Start by Believing helps you be able to be prepared for that. It helps you to get the materials and the knowledge that you need to be able to stand by your friend or your sister or your daughter or whoever may be there in this unfortunate event. Having people in your corner is what it's about. The hospitals in our protocol, the hospitals actually call us in the protocols and say, hey, we got somebody here that you might want to see and might want to help. So it doesn't matter, 2 o'clock in the morning, we're going to the hospital to go help. And in that time, we're there to help show, support, show them let them know what their options are, and help them with their decisions of what they choose. We don't make decisions for them. We just give them all the options, and whatever they choose, we advocate for that. If they choose not to tell police, that's okay.
That's
But we
okay.
can give them options of other things also, and we're always here to listen. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
Yes. Yes.
24-hour helpline.
There you go. We do want to hear what is important to you in the community, and we also want you to know that even the Start by Believing, it's not just a phrase, it is a philosophy. But you can join us in this.
Yes.
Where's my thing? You can join us. We do this Start by Believing pledges. We start in January, February, March. You can do it now. Take a picture. Put your name. Hi, my name's Joy. And when someone tells me they were raped or sexually assaulted, I pledge to Start by Believing.
Right.
Once you've done this, the next time someone opens up, or the next time you are talking to someone who has been a victim, remember this pledge and keep it forefront in your mind, so you can be the one that helps them move forward and go for help. Anyone can do this. Many people talk about being an advocate and, oh my God, I couldn't go to the hospital, I can do that, how upsetting. But this is something you can do. Everyone has a responsibility to help us. The stigma is there and it should not be. The blame is there and it should not be. So if we get the community to start by believing,
Yep.
okay, by these simple phrases, I believe you,
Yep.
and
It's not
going
your fault.
forward,
Yep.
we are making a change. We are making progress. What else do you want to add here, Julie?
I want to add that if you have any questions, any concerns, any ideas,
Yes.
you are more than welcome to call us. We are happy to take anything into consideration that maybe we just really haven't thought
For
of.
future topics, of course.
Absolutely. Our mission here at C.A.R.E. is to help victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, and other violent crimes in Charlotte County. We are here to help, no matter what the crime is. If you're a victim, we're here. As far as what our topic is today, the Start by Believing, even if it's just an inkling that you just want to try to help, we have many avenues
Yes.
that you can help here. We have many avenues that maybe you could just help in reuse or volunteering. You are more than welcome to come and help. If there's any services that we can provide for you, please don't hesitate to call. We're here 24 hours a day. There's a human to answer the phone
Exactly.
every time.
Exactly.
So
The Start by Believing campaign is one of the older ones. I think we said it started in 2011.
2011. Yep.
Since then, there's been Me Too movement. There's
Right.
been the Me Too hashtag movement, or is it hashtag Me Too? Whichever way it's supposed to be. They're kind of two different things, okay? I think we need to give credit to the people who are moving these things forward.
Right.
But you know what? It doesn't have to be the Hollywood stars, and it doesn't have to be the advocates. It can be you and me. It can be a volunteer. It can be someone saying something to their cousin or sister or brother or neighbor. And it starts by believing. It's such a simple phrase, but it could change policy. It could change how we do our work and how responders do their work.
It can change the stigma of we don't want to talk about that. It can change the stigma of let's talk about that. Let's talk about the uncomfortableness.
Exactly.
Let's talk about how to love and support people that have been hurt. And it's oh, this gets me fired up.
I know. Well, and sexual assault, people kind of think of it as, and I know everybody knows that phrase, as a he said, she said scenario.
Right.
It's not. And it never was. You know, these aren't murky lines when we're talking about rape and sexual assault. These are pretty clear lines,
Yeah.
okay? It's never been about he said, she said. It is entirely different. It's an assault. It is a violation. And then we wonder why people don't come forward. You know, because people don't believe.
And they start blaming themselves.
And people blame.
Right.
And what we hear from survivors and what I've heard from other people is just seeing that little placard in the bathroom that said there was somewhere to call, you know, made them go and talk to their human resources person and let them know they needed some help. So those kind of things C.A.R.E. does as well to help you as an employer, an owner, a business owner, to let your employees know that you support them.
Right.
It's very important, and it's a start. It's not going to be the overall solution, but it can be a change in policy and how we do our work,
Absolutely.
how the government does their work, how law enforcement does their work, how the courts do their work. You know, it's a way forward, and I want to support it, and I want you to help us support it by believing and pledging. We would like to hear what kind of topics are most important to you. We have many advocates. We'll be bringing different advocates on board. We will also be bringing people from the C.A.R.E. team. You can learn what a C.A.R.E. team is. Our next presentation on September 3rd, we're going to talk about economic justice services provided by Noemi Fernandez here at C.A.R.E.
Right.
We definitely want you to know that you can always reach us at C.A.R.E. Charlotte County,
Right.
at C.A.R.E. Charlotte County. Our number 941-637-0404, right there. I keep forgetting, it's right there. But most importantly, if you don't need our services, we know that you might know someone who does.
Absolutely.
So don't be afraid to give them our number, to give them our name, to send them to our website, to send them to
Right.
Facebook.
We are on Facebook, Instagram. We are also on YouTube,
Right.
and that is all C.A.R.E. Charlotte County at C.A.R.E. Charlotte County.
At C.A.R.E. Charlotte County. Yes.
Because we have amazing.
You'll find them
media
all if
people
you just do
at C.A.R.E. Charlotte
County.
County.
Right. And again, we want to hear, we can come up with many topics. And we have plans to bring individuals to talk about crimes compensation and how we
Right.
do that and how we coordinate with the sheriff's office and what services are available through the courts and how we can help victims with emergency shelter. But we definitely want to know how we can help you
Right.
learn to help us in our mission
So
to help victims of domestic violence.
If you have any
and sexual
questions,
assault.
any concerns, any ideas, anything, even if this isn't live anymore, please just go ahead and add a comment or
That's
reshare
fine.
this, or even if you want to just message us, you're more than welcome to. We're here to be able to help you. Thank you so much, and I hope you all have a beautiful day.
Yes, yes, we are grateful to be here and we are grateful you joined us and we hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.